Hey everyone, welcome to episode 11 of the Comic Boot Podcast. I'm Kalen.
I'm Cody.
And I'm James.
So tonight we're kind of going a little bit outside of the norm, kind of, from our usual thing, because James had a little experimentation this past week.
You got to understand, I'm old, and these guys talk about Power Rangers like they're... I don't even know what to say, but you guys love Power Rangers. And so I thought it would be my due diligence. It would be due diligence for me to try to watch the Power Rangers, or some. Mm-hmm. And so on Netflix, they have like
all of them.
Yeah, like
every
16 seasons of it or something crazy on Netflix right now. So I sat down with my daughter, who's 10, and I said, let's watch some Power Rangers. And she said, I love Power Rangers. I was like, which one? And so she put it on one of them, and we started watching it, and I was just like, this is fucking terrible.
Was that Wild Force?
That was one of them that we watched, and Wild Force was just garbage.
Well, that Ranger, the Red Ranger for that one kind of went to jail for killing somebody.
Well, yeah, he stabbed him with a samurai sword in the chest. I mean, that's what you... Right?
Yeah.
So, but anyway...
when you commit to a role too much.
Yeah. He took method a little far on that one.
Well, I mean, do you think that maybe he was just having a bad acid trip and he imagined him as like a putty or something, and he just like morphodine?
Dude, it was terrible. But the one I watched, it was like some tire. It was the first one of one. I don't even know, dude. But it was like a tire, and then he would change out of being a tire, and he would kind of look like a tire, and then they put like some princess fairy thing inside the tire, and then he switched back to a tire, and he took off, and then they got motorcycles or some shit, and oh my god, yeah, the look on your face right now is exactly. I was just like, really? It was garbage. But anyway, so we watched that, and then there were a couple of them that I kind of enjoyed.
You said you enjoyed Samurai and Dino
Super Samurai,
which is season 2 of Samurai.
And then Dino Charge was okay. But I'm old. And they're not great. But I get it. I sort of get it.
I mean, and we kind of discussed this on our way up to Rock Bottom Comics yesterday, where I said if you take out like the really cheesy costumes and the bad gimmicks and the low budget...
I like the costumes, though. That's the one thing I like about it.
Some of I'm talking about like the monsters.
Yeah.
Like that stuff.
The overdubs are so great.
Yeah, if you take out that stuff and you give it... and that's why I'm excited for this movie, because they're taking all the things that people would find off-putting about watching the Power Rangers TV show and like fixing it.
I mean, that's the theme for the week. We're doing Power Rangers this week.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't know if you guys heard, but the movie's coming out in March. So
and the new
very exciting. And Ninja Steel just aired, I think, last week.
I don't know on that one for sure, but yeah,
March
24th.
Yeah. Is that when the
okay? The movie comes out March 24th.
But the new trailer for it came out, and I put it on the Facebook page, the Comic Boot Facebook page, and. Dude, I'm excited for the movie, because the movie looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
As long as they didn't BVS the preview and show too much. Because they got Goldor, and then they show the...
Goldar.
Whatever his name is. Goldar Grow.
And then, I quote, that's a lot of gold.
Well, but it kind of works in the preview, at least.
No, he does look really cool. But they really took out the whole, lion thing.
Yeah.
And, he really is
But you don't really see his face. I never saw his face in the preview, I don't think.
Yeah, bits and, little snippets
He's all
of it.
Basically walking molten gold is what he looks like.
Well, and that makes me wonder, because in the preview, Repulsa has the rocks coming behind her.
Yeah.
And I wonder if she has tapped a gold vein somewhere to make Goldar.
Maybe. I mean,
I don't know. They released a plot synopsis, and it involves her getting him back or something, or resurrecting him.
Okay.
He's so they basically what they've done is taken Goldar, who is a henchman in the original series, and they're turning him into.
And that's the series I watched originally, and that was back in
'93.
No, I watched it in that's when I watched it. No. Yeah, it had to be 93, 94, whenever it was cool.
Yeah, that's when it came out, Mighty Morphin. And Rita Repulsa herself, played by I would say she's always lovely. Elizabeth Banks is playing
I
Rita
love
Repulsa.
Elizabeth Banks, and she looks super creepy as Rita Repulsa. Like if I saw 90s Rita Repulsa in like a dark alleyway, I'd be like, "Who is this cosplaying bitch?" And what is? And
90s Rita Repulsa is Maleficent's crackhead stepsister. Dude. It is.
No, she really does look like that. But if I saw Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa, like coming at me, I'd be pissing myself. That's terrifying.
Yeah, no. 90s Rita Repulsa is the ugly witch version of the evil stepmother in Snow White.
Oh yeah,
but for Maleficent.
I get they had like a weird hybrid.
Also, totally overdubbed her mouth, so she says more words than she actually says.
No, and there are
overdubbed.
some scenes where
it's amazing.
Like because I watched, I basically did what you did, James. I went through Netflix and just watched some stuff here and there. Unless it actually captured my attention, then I would watch more of it. But of what I watched in the original Power Rangers was the 5-part storyline Green with Evil,
which is
it's when Tommy becomes a ranger through Rita's magic. And there's a scene where she's standing on top of a building, and there's sound, but you could very clearly see her mouth is not moving. It's
high quality.
Like a stand-in.
So what was the reason for that in the original series then?
Because they spliced stuff from Japan, right? From like the actual Super
It was
Sentai.
Originally, it was something Sentai Zayu Ranger.
It was like
its
Super
original name.
Sentai, wasn't
and if
it?
that's the generalized name.
Yeah.
But if you look at their, like the Power Bow, for example, we'll use that because it's very prominently displayed on the bow. It says Zayu Ranger. It does not say Power Rangers or anything. It says Zayu Ranger on the bow.
On the Pink Ranger bow?
On the Pink Ranger's bow. Because all the fighting footage is from the Japanese stuff.
So they just brought American actors in to play.
Mm-hmm. That's why the
parts,
Yellow Ranger doesn't have a skirt. The Yellow Ranger is originally a dude.
Really?
Yes. And then the reason Tommy stayed is because the original Green Ranger dies. In Super Sentai, he dies. And because
so they had to film more stuff.
They did what it's called. They call it Zayu 2 and Zayu 3. They literally hired actors and refilmed fight scenes instead of just using the kids who knew how to fight anyways. They refilmed the scenes, and for Zayu 2, and then they introduced the White Ranger, who is from the season after Zayu Ranger, and I think it's called Dai Ranger.
So how does that translate to Power? Like, because I mean, unless you have like the Japanese versions at home and you're watching it and it says Zayu Ranger, how does Zayu 1, Zayu 2, Zayu 3 translate to Power Rangers? Are those the seasons?
Mighty Morphin had 3 seasons. Zayu 1 is season 1, Zayu 2 is season 2, Zayu 3 is season 3.
Yeah, but they weren't like regular 20-some episode seasons. Like they were really long.
Season 1 was like 65 episodes.
Well, yeah, and if you look on Netflix, season 1 is like 66 episodes.
Yeah.
But they're only like 23, 24 minutes a piece. Like you can fly through them.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's like any other half-hour show, you know.
And the big thing with
so how does that release schedule work in Japan, dude? 66
well,
episodes? Did they do a couple like?
Well, no, they were way ahead of us, and I think.
I mean, because someone obviously like.
Well, that's like the 19th season in Japan. Like,
well, no, but what I'm saying is, it's not just one a week. If they put out 66 of them for a season, how do the seasons work?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Like,
I think it was multiple episodes a week. I think it was like 2 or 3 a week. I think is how they did it. I don't know. Because I mean, I remember watching them as a kid, but I think I watched them on Saturdays. But yeah, one a week with 66 episodes. That's over a year. That's a whole year.
Yeah, but I mean, 52 weeks in a year, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know how many weeks are in a year?
It's 52.
Well, no.
I mean,
That's
hours
why
in a
the
day?
new 52 was called the new 52.
Is there though?
I don't know.
There's actually like 23 point something hours.
Right,
It's
yeah.
actually
That's why
less than
every 4
24.
years we make up for it with an extra day.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's why we have leap year.
Cool.
Anyways.
I celebrated leap year by watching the leap year episode of 30 Rock.
Oh my god.
Anyways, but yeah, no.
I can't fault that, but
White Rangers from another season, and then in season 3, when they get the Ninja Zords, and they become the Ninja Rangers, which is still under the Mighty Morphin banner, that's yet another season.
Yeah, or because they go from like the regular kind of
They transform into
MMPR,
ninja suits
and then they
first,
have the ninja stuff,
and then they go into the armored outfits.
right, and that's in Zeo.
No, that's season 3 of Mighty Morphin.
Okay,
Zeo was yet
That's
another
after.
season. The Mighty Morphin, Zeo, and Turbo, and then In Space is all one story arc,
Oh my
and
god,
it is called the Zordon arc because
It's Zordon.
Zordon finally dies at the end of In Space. He releases all the good energy and turns every single villain good.
Is that the face thing? Bryan
the face
Cranston?
Of the tube.
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston is playing him. The reason Bryan Cranston is so twisted within Power Rangers is because he voiced...
He was a villain.
Yeah, that was some of his earliest acting stuff.
Yeah.
Was getting into voice work for Power Rangers. And as an homage to him, Haim Saban made Billy Cranston. That's who he's named after.
The original blue.
The Blue Ranger is
named after Bryan Cranston.
But then they also gave... Is it Dave Yost? David Yost?
David Yost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they gave him a whole bunch of shit on the production for being gay.
Yep.
Is that the actor for Billy Cranston?
Yeah.
The actor that played Billy, yeah. And that's why he left during Zeo. But anyways... And then after In Space ended, they had all the other seasons, and they're all kind of their own thing, except I think some of them have crossovers, but
yeah, they have crossovers, but usually each season is like its own isolated thing.
Yeah,
like it has a beginning and an end with one season.
Mm-hmm.
And then they changed themes after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they started going kind of like all over the place and doing all sorts of stuff. Like you got the samurai stuff, and then you have the ninja stuff, and then there's the Mystic Force, which is the magic.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know what exactly those are themed after. Yeah, Wild Force was animals again.
Terrible. Hot garbage.
RPM was...
They love animals.
RPM was cars, hence RPM.
Fast and Furious Power Rangers got it.
No, that was more
like
Turbo, actually. Turbo was
Yeah.
more that theme, but RPM is by far the darkest, and the one I kind of like the best of the Disney era.
I don't know. Time Force is pretty messed up. They kill a guy in the first episode.
Well, Time Force was before Wild Force.
Brick, you killed a man.
Stabbed him in the heart with a trident.
We're doing this again.
I've been meaning to talk to you about that, Brick. Yeah, you might want to go into hiding because you're probably wanted for murder.
We have at least one Anchorman quote a week from this.
I couldn't resist that one. That one was...
Rick killed the guy.
You laid that one up like a freaking
Brick,
softball.
where did you get a hand grenade? I don't know.
Just holding it.
And then he's just like running around the crowd screaming.
Yes.
Okay, what the hell does Ron Burgundy have? What is that wooden thing? Is it just a club?
It's like
With the mace on the end of it?
No,
No.
it's like it looks like the foot of a chair.
Yeah, it looks like a
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
It's just like a
It's
club.
a
You
foot
just
of a
pick
chair.
it up.
Speaking of weapons, in Power Rangers, there's always a variety of those.
Great segue.
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh my god.
I mean, the Red Ranger almost always has a sword, except for actually.
Well, they like swords.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Because it falls into the whole samurai thing.
or just warrior aspect, yeah. But
And
I don't know. I mean,
it's
Stop watching. We got Power Rangers on in the background. Stop
James turned
watching
it on.
Power Rangers.
it's James's fault.
I know. It's like Dead Space. Everybody's like watching Power Rangers.
They're in the middle of morphing, and I told you it was Dino Thunder where you had Power
Tommy
Rangers.
spin kicks a dinosaur in the first episode.
Yeah, but I mean,
the legendary
He's-
Jason David Frank, though.
He spin kicks a dinosaur.
but it's a mechanical dinosaur.
It's
So
still a dinosaur, though.
well. It's like when you punch a shark in the gills or the eye to get it to let go of you.
Is it Sharknado, the TV series? No.
I
no.
mean, maybe.
You know how many people would watch that, though?
A lot of stoned people would watch that.
Could you
I got
imagine, like, if it was from the point of view of the sharks?
Fucking shit.
Just
to watch Sharknado. And that movie, I've never gotten high, but that movie Drunk is amazing.
Never gotten high. You lying ass son of a bitch.
I've never gotten high.
What? Oh my god. Anyway, I mean, we watched like everything of Power Rangers sober. That's incredible.
Why?
Dude, I worked a desk job in college, like the front desk of a dorm I lived in. I blew through the first all the Mighty
Well,
Morphin.
and you went to
like,
college in Springfield too, which is the belt buckle of the Bible Belt.
Oh, brother Jed.
Oh my god, he was still there. Well, I mean, we're not that far apart in age.
He was there the
So-
entire time I was there, dude.
God.
Anyways,
Great radio, guys. Great radio.
Share it. We're just sharing college stories.
but Power Rangers it's now, it's cult TV. Like the old stuff is considered cult in a way, but
I mean, they have their